So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for our continuous discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the summary study. Today is December 5th, 2024, Thursday. So, the topic that we're going to discuss today is chapter 14. Okay, the three modes of material nature. Okay, so before we start, let's do our invocation prayer to get blessings from all our spiritual preceptor, from our Guru Varga, Guru Parambara, so that everyone of us will, with their blessings, we start our program. Om Ajnanatirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saha Gana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradaine Gaurakada Damadaya Nagaragrama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasa Chare Satarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Viknana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jwala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vanchakal Patarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Paditanam Pavinivya Vaishnavebayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurutuse Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraya Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tatsat. Hare Krishna. So, yesterday we had a fantastic discussion. So, yesterday was chapter 13. And we discussed, we studied on this, the nature, the enjoyer, and the consciousness. All right, whereby we try to understand the difference between the body, the soul, and the super soul. Kshetra, Kshetranya, Kshetranya. That means the knower, the body, and the knower of the body, and the knower of all bodies are considered knowledge. Okay, so yesterday we studied that, and we also saw the difference between that gross body, how the gross body performs. The subtle body is something that given to us, that we carry with us always, because there's a body that's suitable for this material universe. The day that we fell down to this material world, since time immemorial, we have been having that situation, right? Having that body, and the subtle body has this thing called mind, intelligence, and ego. So yesterday also we have discussed about false ego. What does it mean by false ego? So how to make it into the real ego, right? Then After that, we discussed that how the soul, the body, the subtle body, simply accepts accepts different kind of gross body, because the gross body can change. Today I can have Kanchel, tomorrow I can have Proton, and day after tomorrow I can have Mercedes. Like that, I can go on changing cars. But me, I am the same person. So similarly, the subtle body is same, but it can accept any kind of gross body that was created in this material world. And total, there are 8.4 million species and varieties of expansions. So we have taken all, we have gone through everything. Then we also studied about, okay, so that means once we take a different kind of body, the mind, the intelligence will change it, will adjust it. Okay, example, now as in a human body, I drink water, gulping. But if I take a body of a dog, I have to lick the water, lick the water and drink, right? So like that, the mind will adjust the senses accordingly. Okay. And what else we studied yesterday? Anyone can recall? Any takeaway? Anything that we have spoke? Then we also spoke about this. What else we said? Suddenly, something struck me and I just became off. Okay. We also prayed about the Jantu prayer, all right? How the baby in the womb are lamenting, praying. So sometimes when mothers are pregnant, they like to eat something very sour. They like to eat something very sour. They like to take all these kind of things, right? They call this thing. But all the food that goes inside the baby actually suffers terribly. And the baby also cries that I have made a mistake and I'm here. And I hope that this thing. So and it doesn't want to come out from the womb. Okay. It doesn't want to come out from the womb. But of course, the patrician or potrusion air will somehow or other push the child out. And the Divi, this is what they call Maya, will capture it. Okay. And once the thing captured, it will be fall into a certain kind of body or birth. Yes, Prabhu.
Morning.
Morning.
There's this verse in the last verse that says that illuminate the entire body by consciousness. This is the part on the consciousness. Prabhu, could you please explain what this consciousness is in relation to the subtle body?
No, the conscious, it's just like this. The bulb is inside the torchlight. Okay. The bulb is inside the torchlight and it's powered by battery. Okay. So when you see the soul travels in all varieties of gross body to subtle body. Subtle body is the transport, is the thing that is inside. So anything that the subtle body enter into any kind of gross body, the whole gross body become illuminated through consciousness. Example, see, I'm talking to you. Suddenly, ant come and bite my toe. Okay, the ant come and bites my toe. So I can feel it because the consciousness is pervading all over the body. Okay, the soul is here, but the consciousness is pervading all over the body. It is just like sun is in one place, but the sunlight is pervasive the entire universe. You got it, Prabhu? So that means my whole body is conscious. That means I'm conscious what is happening in my toe. I'm conscious is what is happening in my ear. While I'm also still, at the same time, I'm still talking to you because everything is consciousness. So once the subtle body leaves, so actually what goes along? The consciousness goes along, and that's when the body becomes useless, and we call it as death.
So the consciousness and the subtle body, are they two different things, or the subtle body actually brings about consciousness? Subtle body meaning the mind, the intellect, and the emotions, the false ego.
Yeah.
So this consciousness is how to say, is brought about by the subtle body, or is it something else?
The consciousness is the soul. It's a spiritual.
Okay.
The subtle body is material.
Okay.
Remember
I see.
yesterday, the five gross body and
Yes.
the three element in subtle body, all these are considered as material. Yes or not?
Yes. Yes.
And what is that spiritual? The soul. And the soul's, the spirituality in the soul. That means how to know whether the soul exists is expression.
Hmm.
The consciousness is the constitution of the soul.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Okay, bro.
Okay, Prabhu. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Prabhu.
Just a fantastic question. So nice. And there's a message here. Dineshwari. About the contamination. Yes, we also spoke about the contamination. And we also spoke about the mother of all pain and suffering. Okay, what is the contamination? Yes. Yes, correct. Dineshwari. Now I remember. Okay. The mother of all sin, the mother of all contamination, right? The mother that delivers all kind of contamination. What is that? Can anyone recall?
Affection.
Huh?
Affection.
Affection? No. Is it affection? No.
Attachment, sir.
Attachment. Yes. Attachment. So attachment is mother of all contamination. When we are attached to something, that's when all the suffering comes. I'm attached to the body. I'm attached to certain family. I'm attached to this country. I'm attached to this. I'm attached to that. Okay. This is what example now what is happening in Bangladesh. All right. I see so many people are talking about it and they're getting very angry because they are being attached to say that I'm an Indian, I'm a Hindu. Therefore, when I see that Hindus in Bangladesh has been tarnished, all right, they go into suffering. And because of that, they're asking what is the Hindu Sangam is doing, what is this flow doing, what is that flow doing? All seems to be very agitated. Why? Because of the attachment to the body. But when a person is detached, say like, I'm not his body, and everything is happening because of the mode of nature, that we're going to start today. The three modes of material nature. All right, the three modes of material nature. And these three mode is the thing that we're going to discuss until chapter 18. Because this is today, we're going to start a very, very important topic where Krishna going to hammer. Krishna going to hammer that says that this is something that you have to know. So once you understand this, you'll start to know that whatever things that happening around us is just because of the three modes of material nature in action. All right, in action. So that means, in other words, the three mode of material, that means sometimes the person is in the mode of goodness, sometimes the person is the mode of passion, and sometimes the person is mode of ignorance. And these combination modes. Okay, so the whole world is going through suffering, the anxiety, the stress, and all these things because of these three mode of material nature. All right, and why that three mode of material nature is actually happening is because of attachment. We are so much attached. Okay, like okay, as I said, okay, I'm an Indian, I'm a Hindu. Therefore, when I see the people in this thing, okay, like say like I'm a Muslim, and the things that been tarnished by the Gaza and Israel war, and I feel very agitated, and people cannot sleep at night. People get angry, and sometimes the agitation when say some fellow Malaysian go and say, hey, why you're something we say like that, finish, fight will start. All right. And after the fights, oh, these people are betrayal, this and that. So all these kind of things, okay, we can be a very, like I've seen in a family, they are so closely united and everything. But when it comes during that election time, that's when the hell breaks loose. All right, one particular family member is in MIC, another particular family member is in Pakatan Harapan, and that's it. So they always they quarrel, they fight and all this, which is so unnecessary. All right, and create so much of what they call unpleasant situation, all because of attachment. So attachment is the mother of all suffering. Okay, so the topic today is we're going to discuss about this three mode of material nature, which is going to be very, very important topic. So actually Krishna is here going to give you some kind of introduction to three modes of material nature, and after that we're going to go into very detail. So the three mode of material nature, okay, where is applicable in our thinking system, in our attitude, in our character, and also in our eating. All right, even the food that we eat and everything, it's all falls under the three modes of material nature. Okay, so with that thought, let's start our today's program. Okay, so ISKCON Malaysia proudly presents in collaboration with ISKCON Ipoh Bhakti Yoga Center, proud to present the Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14. So let's take darshan from this very beautiful deity from Hungary. Okay, you see the deity's face look like Hungarian. Yes or not? It's very unique. Wherever the deity goes and they install the deity, and the deity will take a form according to their locality. All right. So this is also, see this ISKCON Navavrajadam. So you see Radha Shama Sundara, even Radha Rani also looks like a European. Okay. All right. So today we dedicate our program to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So even a person can offer him gratitude his entire lifetime for the sacrifice that he made and the decision that he took, but we just cannot what they call offer our gratitude to the maximum, because what he have done is truly an extraordinary feat. Because of him, today the whole world has transformed. Okay, see, the ISKCON movement, it is created by him, is to create a true human being. Okay, now the ISKCON has been it has been always since those days. They say that ISKCON is a CIA and everything. Now this thing is happening in Bangladesh. They wanted the authority to ban ISKCON. Okay, so it's like that. And now Donald Trump is also very favorable to ISKCON and a lot of things. Okay, so and Prime Minister Narendra Modi also this thing. So now they are feeling that ISKCON is a spy for them. Okay, but actually, what is the real purpose of ISKCON? To create a perfect gentleman, perfect human being, the human being that understand themselves. Okay, so but what you have done is truly an extraordinary feat. In a very short period of 11 years, traveled the world 7 times. No, 11 times. I think traveled the world 11 times or 7 times, I'm not sure. And he established more than 108 temple, initiated 3,000 over disciple, and mentored thousands of disciples, I mean, devotees all over the world. All right, to that wonderful spiritual master who is empowered Acharya. All this without empowerment, it is not possible. So to that empowered Acharya, we dedicate our today's discussion. And of course, this program also was inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. He's a governing body commissioner and also spiritual master. And dedicate to my very beloved God brother, Anadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bengaluru ISKCON Shishadipuram, created the brainchild of the Essence of Gita program worldwide. All right, let's look at today's understanding. In this world, okay, in this world, men are not meant for quarreling like cats and dogs. Okay, in this world, we are actually not meant or not created to be quarrel like cats and dogs. Like cats and dogs, the way they quarrel, when this cat from one alley goes to another alley, and that the controller of that alley will start to fight. Meow, even like a dog. Even there's a song in Tamil, right? Enga area ulukku varade, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, no, this is my area, don't come near, and they bark. So we are not meant to quarrel like cats and dogs. Men must be intelligent. Okay, the man, what is happening here? The man must be intelligent. Okay, he must have that intelligence to realize. Okay, he have to intelligent to realize what? The importance of human life. They must understand, how important is this human life. The human life is not meant to this thing. Okay. So the importance of human life, why this human life is very important. Okay, you must realize that. Okay, and you should refuse. What is refusal means? Refusal means is a choice. Okay, it is a choice. You can make a choice. It is not by it is not something that is you are forced into it. Acceptance and refusal, it is the choice. If you're going to accept this subject, it is your choice. If you're going to reject this chapter, especially this Bhagavad Gita, if you think this doesn't suit, it is also your choice. Acceptance and refusal is at your choice. But how you should make that choice actually? We shouldn't make a blind choices in life. We shouldn't be blind. It's already done. It's in for ages, for time immemorial, for ages, at least for few hundred years. Okay, we have been what they call blinded by culture and tradition. Okay, when we have something, a belief system, and that belief system become reinforced. Okay, and after that we pass through. Okay, the first is a belief system. Then we pass the belief system to our next of kin, say our children, carry on with our belief system. All right, it becomes a conviction. And after that, my son passed through that belief system to my grandson. It becomes a tradition. So then my grandson passed down that belief system into my great-great-grandson. It becomes a tradition. So the thing is, what was my belief system actually? My belief system is something which is can be not right. But because of that conviction, then we pass through down and the thing become a tradition. And after that, the thing becomes culture. So we have been blinded. We have been blinded for so many generations. So we start to become the blind follower. So when blind follower means, that means, oh, okay, my father is like that. Okay, it is my family belief system. This is my grandfather's belief system. Especially when a girl married to a husband, right? When the girl married, it goes to the husband's side, and she has to adjust all a belief system that what she was learned in her life, and go there, adapt to the new kind of belief system. All right. So now the question is here. In this modern society, when people are becoming more and more intelligent, all right, how they become intelligent? Because they are asking question. And why they are asking question? Because they are doing comparative studies. All right. It is no longer people are blinded by the tradition. Oh, in my family, this is what I worship. In my family, this is the way of my life. And my family, I do this, do that. No, it's no longer that. People are asking question. I asked question. And I broke the tradition that has been believed, that has been practiced in my family blindly. I could say blind followers. Okay. Because I asked question, my mother, I say, why? I asked my father, he said, don't ask anything. You're not asked. Okay, when I go and ask my grandparents, when I go and ask my aunt and uncle, why? Why it's like this? Why like that? No, you don't ask question. Okay, so I asked question. When they never gave me that answer that I wanted, I never challenged them. I was inquisitive. So I went and looked for an answer. And it's my good fortune that I met devotees, and through the devotees, I have studied the Bhagavad Gita, and I am satisfied and I'm convinced in my belief system. Let me see. So the acceptance and refusal is your choice, and you have to make that choice intelligently. And what is intelligent choice? That means you have to go through one particular tradition, then you do comparison. You have to have your own evidence. Nowadays, everything is evidence-based. It is not a blind faith. It is not blind leads the blind, and you fall into the ditch. Okay, it is no longer, people are no longer blinded. They want what they want. They want evidence. Why you're saying that? What is your evidence? And that evidence should come from authority. That's what we also studied in chapter 13 yesterday, right? We have to get all these strings to the authority. You remember Krishna says, if you really can't do what I am, you can't do this, you actually do this. If you can't do this, actually do this. No, he's trying to reduce, Then after that, he says, you must listen to the authority. By listening, is a tendency of a human nature to listen from an authority, and through that listening and understanding, they will worship me with all their hearts. Krishna says that, right? So like that. So that's very important. So now we have to make an important choice of human life. Okay, so we must realize we have to make the importance of human life. That is to refuse. We have to refuse. Why? I like what? Act like an ordinary animals. All right. We act like ordinary animal. Just like this. A simple thing can trigger a fight. A simple thing can trigger a war. All right. Just like what happened, formerly happened in Bangladesh, right? One guy simply took that Al-Quran and put at the feet of Hanuman. And he took the photo. And the whole Bangladesh uproar until there's so many people died, killed, and this thing, because they are just acting like an animal. All right. Oh, no, they do, because animal don't think. Animal will follow according to the instinct. When they get angry, when they want to attack, that's it, they go all out to attack. So we should refuse to act like an ordinary animal. A human being should realize, that means it's a must, okay, should realize what the aim of his life. Okay, what is the aim of his life? And that realization should come through where? By the direction given in the Vedic literature. It is not through your own understanding or your own belief system or the tradition of the forefathers and the family members. My father said that, my grandfather said that, therefore I follow blindly. No. It has to be by the direction given in all Vedic literatures. Okay. See, the Vedic literature is just like a manual book. When you buy a car, they give you a manual book, how to use this car. In case any breakdown, how to use it. It's a manual. So you don't question the authority of the manual. Yes or not? Hey, are you sure or not this guy, this book is right? No, we don't ask that, right? When I buy even this mic, there's a manual how to use this mic if anything goes wrong. Okay, so similarly, the manual for a human being is given by the Vedic literature. Okay, so we have to make the aim of life as directed by all Vedic literatures. And the essence, now we talk about the Vedic literature is so vast. It's not possible for me to study all my life. Okay, but the essence or the summary, okay, or the juice, all right, is given in Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is a summary, and what is that you're supposed to know in entire Vedas is given in Bhagavad Gita. So Vedic literature is meant for human being. It is meant for human being, Vedic literature, not for animals. Animal can kill other living animals. Okay, animal can kill another living angel, and there's no question of sin. Okay, if a lion or tiger attack a pregnant cow, there's no question. Okay, there's no question on sin on their part. But if a man kills an animal, okay, if a man kills that animal for what? For the satisfaction of his uncontrolled taste. Okay, he must be responsible for breaking the laws of nature. He have to take the full responsibility. Okay. All right. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly explained. So in Bhagavad Gita, it's clearly explained that there are three kinds of activities according to the different modes of nature. The three kinds of activities. So it is going to very, very scientifically in this thing. The activities of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Similarly, there are three kinds of eatable also. Eatable in goodness, passion, and ignorance. All of these is clearly described. And if we properly utilize the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, if we properly utilize the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, then our whole life will become purified. Okay? And ultimately we'll be able to reach the destination which is beyond this material sky. Okay? Okay, there's a question says that the Bhagavad Gita is given by human. How can we perceive that? A human being can never give any literature this perfect. First of all, we must understand this logic. We don't talk about the philosophical part. We talk about logical part. Please tell me, is there any literature in this millennium or in this time frame? Is there any literature that can become this perfect? For the last 5,000 years, 5,000 years ago, there was no religion existed in this world. Okay. And after that, you see, 5,000 years later, just see, there's if it's only given by the human being, the knowledge cannot be this perfect. It basically answers everything of your life's stress, everything. So is there any other things that you can find? If it's only given by human being, it can never be this perfect literature. Okay. So who gave this Vedic literature? That's why in chapter 1, we studied about Evam Parambara Praptam. Okay, in chapter 2. So how the Vedic knowledge came down? It came down through the Parambara system. And who is the creator of that? Prapitamaha. Remember that we have studied? He comes from the Lord himself. The Lord, after that, in Kali Yuga, also expanded as his Saktivesh avatar in the form of Vyasadev. And Vyasadev compiled the entire Vedas. Okay. There is a Veda that says that people can fly. There's an airplane. What Veda is there? They call Vimana Sastra. Vimana Sastra. The Vimana Sastra says you just need to put mercury, you can fly a plane. Okay. You can use with mercury, all right, with some mantra, even the plane can fly. You can fly like Pushpa Vihana and all these kind of things. But now the problem is that the knowledge has been lost. Okay, and they say that it's still hidden. There's one Pushpa Vihana is hidden in Padmanabha Swami temple in Kerala. Okay, the vault that they have received. And imagine, nobody could open the vault. They said a person who must be brahmachari and he must read this Naga Pastra or something like that. Then only the thing will open. Looks like nobody is available. So until the end of millennium, the place will remain closed. So imagine, this kind of knowledge can human being can give? Because human being got 4 defects. We must understand that we have 4 defects. Number 1, we have imperfect senses. That's why in Tamil there's a palamuli, right? Kannal paatpadum poi, kadal ketpadum poi, tira visarane main. So what it says, the thing that you see through your eyes is false. The thing that you hear through your ears is everything is false. So you have to investigate before come to the decision. It's a proverb in Tamil. So when we have imperfect senses, how can you come with a perfect thing? The distance between the earth to the sun, perfectly on the dot, is mentioned in the Vedas. Can it be done by a human being? Only now the NASA has found out, yes, what you say is right, is exactly. But of course, their point went point something. That means, say like example, like 1,000 miles, the Veda says, but they say 1,000.12345 miles. Only the point, almost perfect. When we talk about 5,000 years ago, Ayurveda, the art of eye surgical, can it be done by a human creation? Because now when you see with the modern medicine, modern medical this thing, how? Have they created any perfect medicine, perfect way? Nothing. It looks like people are dying even more younger. The disease becoming more and more complicated. Because the Veda says if you have problem, you have only three issues that not balanced in your body. Vayu, Kapha, and Pitta. Only these 3 things imbalance. So you just need to how to balance it. And who taught that? Dhanvantri. Dhanvantri is one of the Krishna avatar. Dhanvantri. Huh? So all these things, from where it came from? Can it be done by a human being? That's the question. Have I answered you? The person who sent me message. Are you happy with the answer?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay. So it's like that. So we must understand this is not created by human being, and this can never be argued or this thing. Have you ever thought that attachment is mother of all trouble? In which motivational book, in which philosophical book, in who the philosopher or a psychologist or the social workers, counselors have ever spoke that? No one has spoke that. And they said, if you want to have peace of mind, you just need to do this one thing, detach. But can you detach? Cannot, because I'm bounded. I know I got my wife, I got my children, I got my family, I got this and that. How am I supposed to stay away from them? We can't. But what is that method? Also mentioned. Now you do like this, you do like that. What do? You just do your job and don't expect any result. But there will be result. That result you offer it to the Lord. You know? So the step by step that we are going, we start to realize it's unbelievable. All right? We are talking a subtle body. Okay, the mind, intelligent ego say, I don't agree to that. Oh, this doesn't look good. But now the question I ask, if you become angry, if you become agitated, where the agitation come from? Is there anything that in your brain that what they call okay, there's some neuron and this thing they fight among themselves that you become angry? Where the agitation come from when people are angry? Huh? Where it come from? When a person falls in love, the feelings of love, where does it come from? Okay, is it come from your head, come from your eyes, come from your nose? No, it comes somewhere that you can't even perceive it. You know, sometimes people become so angry, they become agitated, they give some medicine to put them to sleep. So why after that they become calm? Very simple. Okay, when the what they call when the false ego trigger your senses, your body senses to react this thing, so the medicine will become disable your body senses. Okay, you become disabled. So that means you become so drowsy. Your false ego says go and fight. All right, but the flesh should have tranquilize on you. You feel you want to fight, I cannot, because your gross body is not functioning. It is drugged. Okay, so like that. So it's like this. So okay, so we must understand from where we get this knowledge. It is not created by human being, and if it's also created by human being, because we have lots of evidence that everything that created by human being is never right. Okay, you see that now when I was studying, you know, the philosophy was in a scientific physics, chemistry is different understanding, but now it's totally a different understanding, because the thing that I've studied 30 over years ago, it is not valid today. It go on. Even the Malay also look different now. All right. So with that meditation, let's start. So this is the verse that actually we also discussed yesterday. Devaki Nandana Krishna Gita Patina Tushyati Yatana Vede Danena Yakna Tirtha Vartadibihi. The son of Devaki, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, cannot be satisfied by anyone's study of the Vedas, charity, sacrifice, or pilgrimage, or vows, as much as satisfied by the devotional recitation of Gita. Okay, by studying the Gita, by devotionally reciting Bhagavad Gita, you are considered that you have already perfected in your studies of the Vedas, perfected in doing charity, perfected in doing sacrifice, and also perfected in pilgrimage or perfected in taking vows. Virdam. All these are perfect. Okay, let's look at chapter 14, the three modes of material nature. Okay, so now 322. We are jumping to 322. No, sorry, we are recap. Okay, we are revision. All right. So 1322. What it says? Purusha prakriti stohi bhungte prakriti jangunan karanang guna sangosya sada satyoni janmasu. So what it says? The living entity in material nature thus follow the ways of life. All right. The living entity in this material nature, they follow the way of life, which is enjoying the three modes of material nature, the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Okay. Thus, he meets with good and evil among various species. Okay. Example, when formerly I lived in a environment, say like kampung environment. Okay, I lived in a village before. So how the people live in village? I mean, we just wear shorts or dhoti. We don't even wear shirt. We can walk around the entire village shirtless. So we can look at something, you know, the way we talk, it's all can be totally different. Okay, we don't even need to wear the shoe and all these things. Okay, but after that we upgraded. Say after that our children become very successful and they build they buy a house in a guarded property in a huge bungalow. And after they say, Daddy, can you come and stay with us? So I go there. So after I'm a villager, I go there. I go to that place. Can I still, without shirt, with dhoti or with shorts, can I walk around and everything, go and talk to everybody? All right. I can't do that, right? So once I go there, I will change. So what is changing? The modes of material nature is changing. So the person changes according to the modes of material nature. So that's why I say this is due to his association with that material nature. This thing. All right. So it will change. There's a proverb in Tamil also I've forgotten. Edam porul. No, there's something. Okay, anyway, it can record. Okay. So, okay, now let's look at this. 14.1. Okay, 14.1. Krishna speaking. Edam eval porul. Okay. So let's look at this 14.1. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Parang Bhuya Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam Yajñatva Munayo Sarve Parang Siddhim Ito Gata. Idam Porul Eval. Yes. Correct. Thank you. Right. So Parambuya Pravakshyami Jnanam Uttamam. Jnananam. All the knowledge, Jnanam Uttamam, this thing. Wisdom. Yat Jnatva Munayo Sarve. All right. Parang Siddhim Ito Gata. So the Supreme Personality of God, it says again, I shall declare to you the supreme wisdom. Okay, now what happened? Supreme wisdom means what? Okay. So supreme wisdom means what? So that means, in other words, all the while from chapter 7, Krishna said, I'm going to, this he said. Then after chapter, he said confidential knowledge. Chapter 9, he says, I'm going to give you more confidential. And chapter 11, he keep telling, I'm going to give you the knowledge that I've never heard before. I've never seen before and all this. But in 14.1, Krishna says, Jnanam Uttamam. What it says? This says that I shall declare to you the supreme wisdom, which is the best of all knowledge. Okay, Jnananam, or all knowledge, Jnanam, this knowledge, Uttamam, the best. Okay, so I'm going to give you the best of all knowledge. Then what is the advantage of this? Knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection. That means when you know this, even the great sages have attained what kind of perfection? Supreme perfection. It's not an ordinary kind of perfection. They have attained a supreme perfection. So now as you go on, Krishna is going to reveal more and more. Detailed studies, subjects. Okay, example. Now, I got a goal to go to the concert. Okay, some A.R. Rahman will come in and say, I want to go for the concert. So what is that? I think I want to go to the concert. What is the process? Okay. Is my connection is not stable? Is connection not stable or what? Can you all hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, can hear you.
Did I hang?
You're okay, Prabhu.
No, okay. No, suddenly it shows unstable internet. Okay. All right. So I've got a goal to go to the concert. And what is the process? I have to buy the ticket. I must know the hurdle, how to go for it. So the process, I have to buy the ticket. So similarly, I've got a goal of attaining eternal happiness. Okay. I want to go to the place where I want to be happy. All right. That's why I want to be very happy. And my happiness, I want to go back to the place where I will never come back anymore. In this place of distress and suffering and frustrating, I want that bliss. I want that happiness. And how to do it is through the devotional service. Okay. But what is that process? So what is that hurdle that actually stopping us? What is our tarangal? In Tamil, we call tarangal. Inna tarangal. Okay. What is our tarangal? What is our hurdle? Okay. The hurdle, what is the process of it? We know that we are under the three mode of material nature. All right. When you look at these three Devis up there, and you see there's a rope and these two guys are distinct. So it's a puppet show. Have you seen a puppet show? Now I'm not sure. Do you know what is puppet show first of all? Who don't know puppet show? Anyone? Raise your hand or thumbs up. Okay, looks like everybody knows, huh? All right. No, sometimes when I go and give classes to these children, they'll be wondering, what is that puppet show? So I need to show them, the puppet show. Nowadays, I don't think so. It's no more popular. All right, the puppet show. Who's this? Someone is drawing something. Hare Krishna. Is that puppet show? So that means, in other words, we are under the control of these three modes of material nature. So we are just like a puppet, and we are the puppet. We are the puppets, and they are the puppeteer. So we are the puppet, and the three modes of material nature is the puppeteer. And this is the one that controlling us. And we are helplessly acting. So we must know the hurdle, how to cross this thing in order to achieve this goal. Okay. Now, Now 14.3. Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbang dadamyaham sambhava sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata. So the total material substance, that means the ingredients, all right, called Brahman, is the source of birth. And it is that Brahman that I impregnate. Krishna says. That means he says the total material substance is called Brahman. Okay. From there, everything is the source of birth, means from there, everything created. Okay. And Krishna says, and is that Brahman that I impregnate. That means I made it pregnant. I created through that. So making possible the birth of all living beings. And through that, all varieties of living beings are created. O son of Bharata. So what example we can give? The scorpion usually like to lay the egg in the rice. The scorpion love to lay the egg in the rice. I don't know whether you've seen that before. I've seen it when I was young. So it's in the rice. So after that, the egg hatched and the scorpion come out. So now the question is, did the scorpion born from the rice? You all got the idea? Did the scorpion born from the rice? Right? You all understand what I'm saying? If you understand, just put thumbs up.
Yes, Prabhu.
So I know that you all are okay. Vivan, you understand. How about others? Okay, Keson, you understood. All right. Siastan Prabhu, do you understand?
Not really, Prabhu. Does the rice
Okay.
give birth to the scorpion, or the it doesn't make sense now.
No, the question is the scorpion lays egg in the rice. Okay, Prabhu. The scorpion lay egg in the rice and it hatched and scorpion comes out. So can we understand that scorpion was born from the rice? Is it true?
Yes.
Is it born from the rice?
No, it's born from the egg, but the rice,
It went through the rice, right?
like a womb, The
No,
rice is
that means
the womb
scorpion born through the rice. That's
Yes.
okay, because that's the environment for the scorpion to lay the egg.
Yes.
That means it's born through the rice, not from the rice. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is what Krishna is saying here. So that means even though that we are born through the Brahman, the cause, the source of birth and everything, right? We have taken birth either through the parents, the mother gave birth to me, through the father and all these things. It's all Brahman. It's all ingredients. All right. But Krishna says, but I am the source of all birth. Okay. So that means we are from Krishna, but through the natural substance. Give me a second. I keep showing imbalanced internet. 1 second. Oh, I'm at 2.4. Okay, change to 5G. Just give me a second. Okay, now this is more stable. Okay, so this is the total material substance. That means all the total material substance, the ingredient, we call it Brahman. All right, and we are the source of birth. So from Brahman, the 4 types of living entities are created. What are the 4 types? The one that born through the womb, through the semen. The one who born through the egg, through the seed, and through the water. Just like the mosquitoes are waterborne. So these 4 types of birth are possible. So these are the ingredients. So that's Brahman. And Krishna says, I impregnate the Brahman, making possible of born of all living beings. Okay? Right. Now 14.4. Then after that, Krishna continues. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiya tashang brahma mahat yonir ahang bija pradapita. Ahang means me. Bija means seed. Pradapita, giving father. So it says here, Sarva Yonishu, all varieties of species of birth. Yoni means birth, species, all right, birth. So it says it should be understood that all species of life, just name it, all species of life. You all understand this, what I'm saying? Sarva Yonishu. This is something that we should understand. So Sarva Yonishu means what? All varieties. Sarva means everything. Yonishu means birth or species. All right, this thing. So Kaunteya. Then after this says Murtaya Sambhavantiya. Tasang Brahma Mahat Yonir. Ahang. That means Aham means me. Bija, seed. Prada Pita. Pita means father. Mada Pida. Pita means father. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature. And that I am the seed-giving father. So Krishna says that I am the seed-giving father. Okay. So it says, I am the seed-giving father. So everything that created around us, and Krishna says, I am the seed-giving father. Okay. Now, point 5. Sattvang Rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhava nibatnanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. So now see what's happening. Material nature consists of 3 modes of, okay, now, okay, give me a highlighter. Okay, material nature consists of 3 modes. So in this material nature got 3 modes. Okay, number 1 is we got a mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay, when the eternal living entity, okay, when the eternal living entity comes in contact with this nature, when the living entity comes in contact with this material nature, he, oh mighty Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these 3 modes. Okay, now we are learning how that we become conditioned. Why we are known as conditional soul. How we become conditioned. Okay, when we become in contact with these 3 modes of material nature. Okay, what example can I give? Now, say like for instance, now in Malaysia, what I like to do, I love to eat chewing gum. Okay, whenever the saliva phlegm come out, I just poof like that. I just can simply poof. No, I just can simply spit. I can simply spit. All right, no one can control me. I spit. Whenever I get the thing, I spit poof like that. Then what else I do? Okay, example like this. All right. But after I cross the border, Johor, I go into Singapore. What happen if I bring my chewing gum into Singapore? And what happen if I get a phlegm? Suddenly I spit like that. What will happen? I'll be charged. I'll be severely fined. That's why they call Singapore is a fine country. Everything is fine. Everything they find you. So now what happened? I am the same person, same situation, same mentality. But when my environment change, I change accordingly. All right. I have seen people who speak English. In Malaysia, we speak English without slang. We speak the most perfect English because we do not have slang. But if I go to England, all right, after some time, my slang will change to the British slang. Then after that, I go to America, my slang will change into American English. The way, behavior, action, and everything. As I said, my uncle, my father's younger brother, married an Irish, settled in New Zealand. I mean, many years ago, all right, quite some time back, he came to the house, born from a very orthodox family. My grandfather is from India. Can you imagine how the children are very orthodox? My grandfather was so orthodox. When he comes, one day, he walked in with the shoe into the house. He walked with the shoe. I said, hello, Chitapa. They said, yes, your shoe. I said, why? What's wrong with my shoe? Hello, you are in Malaysia, you are in India now, so you must take out the shoe. Oh, yeah. So imagine. So once you go there, because there you just can wear the shoe and walk into the house. So that's it, okay? That is how we become conditioned. Example, now say we are in yellow. Say we take the yellow color. Yellow is Sattva Guna or the mode of goodness. Example. So when the Sattva Guna mix with Raja Guna, Raja is red, Rajas means passion, and blue is Tama Guna, which is purple. All right? Okay. Now, not purple. What color is this? Some kind of blue. All right. Blue lah. Okay. Now what happened? When the yellow mix with red, when Sattva Guna or the mode of goodness mix with mode of passion, it creates an orange color. It creates a different kind of attitude. I mean, different kind of this thing. Then, if the yellow mix with blue, it turns into green. So when the blue turns mix with red, it turns purple. When all the three colors combine, it turns into black. Okay, so that means when we mix with one guna or one mode to another mode, we have a mixed mode. So that by that we become conditioned. Even in our normal life, say for instance, first thing I wake up in the morning, I'll be in mode of goodness. That's why I said early morning prayer is the best. When you wake up early in the morning, when you do your chanting and you do your reading, if you possible, that's the best time, because you're naturally in the mode of goodness. Then after that, when the sun starts rising, the mode of passion starts. That's when you go to work, you run, you go to work, you just go through the jam, then go to work with so much of passion. You'll be like very energetic. Good morning, or do this, do that, you do that. So when the sun is setting, it turns into mode of ignorance. You would become more dull, you become more tired. You come back home, all right, you just don't feel like, you don't talk much, you just like so slumber, you feel like you feel dull. Okay, so it's like that. So there's a three mode, and it's mode of ignorance that you feel slumber. That's when you feel like going to sleep. Okay, so when you see all that nightclubs and all these kind of nonsense things that happen at night, because there's a time the mode of ignorance is activated. You don't see clubs open during the daytime, or you don't see club open at 5 o'clock in the morning. It only opens at night, because there's a time the naturally the mode of ignorance is activated. All right. So now, in whichever mode we are, I can say, I'm in the mode of goodness, or I'm in the mode of passion. It doesn't matter in whichever mode you are still under arrest. You are still in this material mode of nature. It is not something very exciting about. Okay. It doesn't matter whether you are arrested with golden handcuff, silver handcuff, or an iron handcuff. You are handcuffed. Okay. You have been arrested. So it doesn't matter what things they use. Okay. Like that. So now, point 6, it says, Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakashakam Anamayam Sukha Sangena Batnati Jnana Sangena Chanaga. So Krishna says, O sinless one, the mode of goodness being the purer than others. Okay, among these three mode of goodness is the best. Is illuminating. That means you feel illuminated, you feel the aura is good, and it frees one from sinful reaction. Okay, it frees one from sinful reaction. Okay, those situated in that mode becomes conditioned by the sense of happiness and knowledge. Okay, so if a person who is the mode of goodness, so what is his natural condition? What is the conditioning? All right, conditioning is he is have a feel of happiness and knowledge. That's why when you see people who are in mode of goodness, they don't aspire to make a lot of money, and they just prefer to live a simple life. Their only asset is book. Have you seen that? I know of those days now, I go to people's house, I see they have a huge collection of books, hundreds of books. Okay, I also had that before, but of course I've given up. So I love to read. So I have so much, it is something that people have so much passion. So these are the people in the mode of goodness. Okay, they'll be very highly educated and they'll become very sober. So that's a condition of that mode. Now, 14.7. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi trishna sanga samudvavam tannibatnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. So the mode of passion. What is mode of passion? Is born of unlimited desire and longings. All right. The mode of passion means they have unlimited desires. All right. Desires and longings. Longing, what do you call? In Tamil, we call as ekam. All right. Ekam. Ekam. Longing. So, unlimited desire and longings. O son of Kunti. And because of this, the embodied living entity is bound by material fructification. Because of that, they are embodied by material fructification. Because they have so much of desire and they have so much of longing, they are engaged in material fructive action. That means they start to slog. They work so hard because they want to achieve their goal. Like MLM people, multi-level marketing. All right. So meeting Larut Malam also, sometimes they call meeting Larut Malam. So they gather in the evening. They'll be shouting and screaming, you can do it, I can do it, everyone can do it. After the meeting, they come out to the 5-foot way, second meeting. Then after they get into the car, start the car, There's another floor will be sitting and talking. Then after that, drive the car back home. They'll call you over the phone and they talk. After you reach home, you talk to your wife about your excitement. By the time you go to bed, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. They work so hard because of the passion, because they want to make it big. They want to drive a big car. They want to drive a Mercedes. They want to have this. So that is that, what they call a crazy desire, and it's an uncontrolled desire. All right. Why I'm telling you this? Formerly, I was also one of the top guy in one of the multi-level. All right. And I also have experience doing insurance and all these things. So we used to be crazy, right? But of course, I was not as crazy as them, because they like to go to after that they go, for them, it seems that nothing in this world is impossible. They even can go to Nasi Kanda and eat at 3 o'clock in the morning, whack all this nonsense. Still, they feel they can be very healthy and active. Right? So these kind of things. So now, these are the people who are bound, okay, by material action. All right. So now 14.8. All right. Now let's look at this. Tamastvanyana jam viddhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadalasya nidrabis tannibatnati bharata. I was an insurance agent before too, sir. We used to talk the same thing morning. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, sometimes there's one company, I don't mention the name. They were talking all kind of nonsense. You know, they put the candle, they sing. I hope there's no one from MLM here. And if there's anyone from MLM, please don't do this. Just do this as a matter of duty. Now you're studying Bhagavad Gita, right? So you just do it as a matter of duty. Don't become crazy like these kind of people, right? They like a lamp and they start to sing the song, you know. தோல்வி நிலை என்று நினைத்தால் மனிதன் வாழ நினைக்கலாமா. Twang, twang. Then I was just thinking, you know, I said, what this guy up to? And my aunt was like, my auntie, Sumitra, please don't mention, eh? Sumitra is my cousin sister. And she knows who I'm referring to. Okay. So then I asked my auntie and my uncle, were so excited. They were floating. I just said, hello, just to sell a soap, do you need to sing this kind of song? You are singing the song as though you're going to war. You are singing the song as though you're going to go into this, what they call, into some kind of militant act. You know, what you need to do, simply sell a soap. You know, the soap is good. Okay. Now I tell you what, why not I give you the franchise? Why not you start selling the soap? All right. So also, that means that person will tell. So this is like multi-level. So because of this toing toing and all these kind of songs, all these kind of songs, just to sell a soap. I was thinking, what crazy thing. Anyway, lip sealed. Yes, hopefully, please don't go there. All right. Okay. So that's the thing. So that's all madness actually. Okay. So anyway, okay, I'm going out of the time. So now, 14.8. Oh, son of Bharata, know that mode of darkness. So what is that mode of darkness? Ignorance. Okay, darkness, born of ignorance. Okay. So that means, know that the mode of darkness is actually born of ignorance. Okay, when we are in ignorance, that means we cannot utilize our intelligence. Or we refuse, as I say, we have a choice to choose. But we refuse to accept such choice. We refuse to accept. We think that what we believe is the right. We believe that our belief system is correct. So this is called the ignorance. The ignorance that the darkness born of ignorance is the delusion. People become confused. Sometimes they are confused, don't know what to do. They may get panic attack and all this kind of thing. Delusion. Okay. And a delusion of all embodied living entities. Okay. Is a delusion of, okay. The result of this mode are madness. You can see this guy, people mad. See, mad and crazy, two different things. Huh? We are not talking people go crazy. Crazy is a mental, that is a disease. Okay, it's a disease. But here we are talking about madness. Means they become like, they just don't want to use their intelligence. They just want to stay in one place. Like mad, right? Madness, indolence, and sleep. They can just go on sleeping. All right. Once I had a worker in my shop. After he goes back home, the next day he came with the same dress as what he had, how he left. we were doing spare part business with all this oil and everything. So I saw there's some grease and oil was around his face and everything. He went back. He said, okay, finish work, 6 o'clock, go back. Next day morning, 8 o'clock, he came exactly the way that he left yesterday. And I asked him, hey, did you bathe or not? He said, no. Then what did you do? I went back, I slept. Then I woke up this morning, I come to work. Didn't bathe, no, nothing else. So it's a kind of condition like hippies and all these people, right? The drugs and all this, okay? So they love to this thing. So what is that condition of this? Which bind the condition. This is the thing that binds the conditioned soul. The binding factor. All right. So now, now the predominant action in Kali Yuga. Now, currently in Kali Yuga, what is that? It's very common now. What is that common mode in Kali Yuga now? The common mode is passion and ignorance. This is very standard in life. Passion and ignorance. All right. They want to work so hard. So they work so hard so that they can marry a beautiful girl or a good man, good looking man. So they want to create a family. So once they want to work so hard for the money so they can create a family. After they create a family, they want to have a big house. They want to have a rich life. Then after that, they want to have a new car, a new bike, new supercar or something like that. Then after that, they want to take up some nice hobby. All right. They like to go and learn some new music and everything. So they like to go and do this. They would like to take photos and they want to buy expensive dogs. They want to take the dog, Then after that, they want to go for travel the world and everything. And they want to maintain their body and they want to remain beautiful forever. So these are the things that is very common in this world now. So that's why when we talk about the mode of goodness, which is supposed to be beyond all these things, people sometimes cannot accept it. Ayo, what are you talking? How large? That's because it's so long that we have forgotten all these things. So this is the predominant action in Kali Yuga. All right. Now, prominence of the mode. Now let's look at the prominence of the mode. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance. Sometimes, other time, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there's always a competition for supremacy. Chapter 14, text 10. So that means sometimes the mode of goodness in action. People become so good. All right. When they want the mode of goodness, the passion and ignorance defeated. They push aside. But the passion and ignorance, it won't keep quiet. It will some or other try. So some or other, these three modes of material nature will fight among themselves to dominate a person, to create an environment. So they want to this thing. Okay. So 14.18, chapter 14, text 18. Now we study. So urdavam gachanti sattvasta madhye tishtanti rajasa jaganya guna vrittista ado gachanti tamasa. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go up towards the higher planet. Okay. Those in the mode of goodness, they gradually will go up to higher planet, like heavenly planet. But those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planet in this world, right? They remain in this earthly planet. And those in mode of ignorance, it's abominable mode of ignorance will go down to the hellish world. So what is that hellish world? It is not going to the hellish planet to suffer, but fall into the animal kingdom. All right? Even go to the hell, then after that take up an animal body. To be born as an animal, it is the worst thing to be. It's the worst environment to achieve. Okay? It is not a very conducive place. So scary. Just imagine like a deer goes and drink and suddenly there's a crocodile is watching. And even though the crocodile comes so near, but the deer still don't understand the crocodile is near because it has limited senses. It's only given 5. Okay. We human beings are given 6, the 6th sense, the extra 1 sense. And what is that sense? To know, to understand your constitutional position. What is your original position? And where you should surrender and how you can go back home to the eternity. It is that constitutional position. And that is what the intelligence, the 6th sense is in action. But now in Kali Yuga, most of the people in Kali Yuga, 99%, They are more excited about how they can improve their material life, how they can enjoy more this thing, all right? How they can eat a better tasting beef, all right? They bring the cow and they start to bring up the cow, give them all healthy food and everything. So the beef, the what they call the meat tastes different. Wagyu beef, all right? Created. Now Anwar Ibrahim went to Korea and they were discussing about bringing some kind of first-class beef to Malaysia. These are the mad people, all right? Even the pork, pig also they could say. Even the egg also got hybrid egg or something like that. I saw. That day I saw this one egg. They said egg with a high DHA omega. I was wondering how they do that. You know, it's all come from the chicken. I don't know, but all these things are manipulation. All right. So we are trying to improve all our eating and all this thing. So we just want to remain here. Okay. We just so passionate about maintaining our animalistic life, but not thinking about upgrading ourselves to the next level. Okay. Now, so result of action, and of course, in a mode, what action? So when a person you see in the mode of goodness, so what are the things in the mode of goodness? So the binding force, the force that hold you, that bind you or condition you is happiness, satisfaction, knowledge, and superiority. Whenever you see an educated man, like I once happened to me, I also don't want to mention him because Sumi is here, my cousin sister is here. While we had a little argument, I told, I think you are wrong. And that person became very upset. You are telling me I'm wrong? And I got a shock, when he said that. He thought that he's a walking encyclopedia. He thinks that he knows everything. Then I didn't understand. But when I start to study Bhagavad Gita, that's when I start to understand this. So the binding force of this goodness, they feel, I'm happiness, satisfaction, knowledge, superiority. Okay, I'm this superior, this and that. And in fact, sometimes the caste brahmanas, right? The brahmanas who are not in a properly, but they come Dvija Bandhu, right? The caste brahmanas. Okay, they have that kind of superiority. I'm a higher caste, you are a lower caste. So this kind of superiority will automatically start to manifest. All right, this is all binding force. So it doesn't matter in whatever caste that we born or breed. All right, we are still living in this horrible place, earth. And in earth, everybody is considered the low caste because we have been rejected from all the previous yugas. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, all we are rejected. That's why we are in Kali Yuga. All right, Kali Yuga. So that's why it says, the Shastra says everyone in this material world are Shudras. Because this is the environment, only Shudras could go through this. Shudras and Asuras. Okay, but of course, we are all trying to, okay, I'm born in certain kind of family, therefore I'm a very high standard. Or this was born in a low class family, he is a low class. No, all these are nonsense. Now we understand how the thing happened because of this mode. The superiority. We are trying to show our superiority. Okay. The characteristic. What is the characteristic in the mode of goodness? They are always in knowledge and sometimes they don't have sinful reaction. And what is the result of these people? They're usually very pious. Now, number 2, passion. What are the mode of passion? So mode of the binding force is attachment to fruitive activities. What bind them? They always attach to the fruits. I have to work hard. Now I've started this business. All right. Now this business is going well. Now I'm going to add on more business so I can make more profit. All right. Just like now you see all that car companies in Ipoh, I'm not sure other place, all the car company like Volkswagen and Go Brothers, all these companies all start to change to EMAS. And I was wondering, what is EMAS? And now all targeting to sell that proton electric car, Oh, now I'm already got this thing I'm doing, but now suddenly there's a new sensation. I think that EMAS is going to be a big sensation. Oh, tell me, I see it even in Kampa Road and all these Kolang, all the things now changing to EMAS. That means the proton is not going to sell the proton car. I think everybody going to sell that car, right? So that's the thing. So that means we are always so they just go on creating new business. They always think about how can I expand my business? Okay, which other country? Okay, Malaysia is doing well, but now I want to expand the business. So can I go to Indonesia? What I think of cheap labor, highly skilled work, all right, and of course little bribery, plus minus still cheaper than Malaysia. Let me go there. So these are the things that we overall think expanding. So because they attach to the fruitive activities. All right. So the ropes of desire and attachment. The ropes of desire means their desire can never end. It's just go on and go on and on and on and on until the final moment of death. My grandfather, he died at the age of 86 or 87, if I'm not mistaken. All right, 85 to 87, somewhere there. I remember when he was around 83, 84, he used to go and buy that pen sweep, that big lottery ticket. he go and buy that. Okay. Then after that, he called me up. He said, hey, come. I said, what? You write down this in a big letter. All right. He wants me to write down in a big. So I take that lottery ticket and I write down everything in a big letter. After I wrote down, then I asked him, say, Tata, what are you trying to achieve in life? You're already 80 something, 84, 80, 83, 84. What are you trying to achieve now? Hey, where do you want to go? The first prize, he said 2 million or something like that. What are you going to do? He said, no, all this money, I'll give it to you. Something like that. So, but uncontrolled desire. Even at that very old age, still have that desire to do something. So characteristic, intense, unlimited desire and longings, great attachment, and they're always attached to fruitive activities. And what is the result? Misery. These are the people always miserable. That's why you see all the big businessmen, they are only got money, but they don't have life. They got so much of tons of money, but they don't have life. Okay. It is not something very interesting. Okay. Ignorance. I think Kesavan also should know this because he is somehow or other attached to that community. Huh, Kesavan? The people around you all are very wealthy and see how their face look like. You know what, whom I'm talking to, whom I'm talking about. Huh? Yes or not, Kesavan?
Correct, Prabhu.
I think your father's former boss, my cousin brother.
Yes.
They got all the money in the world, but see how they look. They're always under stress. They're always frustrated. Okay. Now, the last one is ignorance. What is ignorance? They are the people who are, what is the binding force? They are mad. They cannot think straight. They are lazy. And they love to sleep. They can go on sleeping for day and night. Okay. So like that. Okay. And what is a characteristic? They are delusion. Okay. They are always in darkness. That's why you see these kind of fellows who like to wear black shirt. They always like to remain in a dark spot. They love night more than daytime. Even you go to their room, everything, all the curtains, everything all looks black and dark. Okay. So madness and inertia. The result is foolishness. So these are the people usually foolish. All right. Now, how to transcend the three modes of material nature? How to come out of these three modes? Okay. They call gunatita. How to come out? So, the symptoms and the behavior. The Supreme Personality Godhead says, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment and delusion, when they are present for them, when they disappear, who is unwavering and undisturbed, through all this reaction of these material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental. They always remain neutral, transcendental, knowing that the modes alone are active. So that means, despite all this, they don't hate illumination. That means they don't, when they become things brighter, they don't hate it, and they are not attached, and they are not delusion. They are not under the illusion and all these things. All right. So when the thing is there, they're happy. When the thing disappears, they become ignorant, they become upset. They don't have all this kind of, they always remain neutral. So these are the people. So, and the best thing, they know whatever things happening is the modes alone are active. Okay. When someone become very angry, I'll say, okay, now I know the mode of passion activated. Okay. When suddenly they become so pious, now mode of goodness activated. When they become passion and ignorance mixed, these two modes are activated. All right. Who is situated in self, regards alike happiness and distress, who look upon the lump of earth, stone, piece of gold with equal eye. They see the earth and everything, right? Okay. Who is equal towards desirable and undesirable, and steady, situated equally well. Whether people praise you or blame you, you still remain neutral. Honor and dishonor. Who treats alike both friend and enemy. Okay. Who treats alike friend and enemy. That means whether enemy comes to you, or I don't talk to the person, no, I'm not in good terms. You don't more do that. No, you treat them alike. And you renounce all material activities. Such a person is said to have transcended the mode of nature. So these are the people. That means remember that 19 qualities we discussed. I don't want to go in deep detail into that, because you are practicing bhakti, eventually you're going to get all this. 26. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engage in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, not failing, at once transcend the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Okay, just now we saw, right? So how to do this? You have to do this. You have to like your neighbor. You have to like your enemy, and just now we will discuss that. Okay, which you see all these things on an ordinary effort, it seems not to be possible. But when people practice bhakti yogena sevate, serving through the bhakti yoga, or engages in full devotional service, all right, at once transcend the three modes. That means if you want to come out from these three modes of material nature, when a person practice bhakti yoga, he easily cross these kind of the three modes of nature. Okay, so now the time is 10:25. Shall we take a short break? 2 minutes.
Yes, Prabhu, thanks.
Okay. Oh, I can't stop recording from here. Okay, let's take a short break. We'll come back. All right. So we understand. Okay, how are we going to come out of this? How to practice this way of life, this bhakti? Krishna says here, very simple, Mam cho ya vyabhicherena bhakti yogena sevate. So when a person simply engage in bhakti yoga, like chanting and reading the Bhagavad Gita and all these things, they could transcend. Transcend means they can pass through, right, the modes of material nature, and they can come to the level of Brahman. Okay. Now, oh, we are actually at the end of the slide. Oh, okay. We took the break quite early. Okay, I didn't notice this. Okay, so now there's a story about, okay, I'll just say the story, okay. Once there is a Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami was sitting and chanting. He was a former minister. He's a former minister in this, former minister of this, the kingdom, right? The Nawab Shah's kingdom. He's a prime minister. So he gave up everything and he became a mendicant. He's chant. So one Brahmana, one man came and asked him. He said, do you have the, because he said, I heard that you're having a Chintamani stone. Okay, this is called Chintamani. Chintamani means what? It's a touchstone. Oops, sorry. Okay, they call the touchstone. Chintamani stone. So we take the stone, you touch anything, that thing will turn into gold. Or in English, we call the touchstone. You know, the touchstone media and all these things, right? So touchstone. So he asked you asked for the stone. And he just said, well, you look at the garbage there. All right, there inside there, somewhere, take and go. So he went and check. Then after that, he found the stone. All right, he said, take and go. Then after that, he went, he started to like, he also made all that things he touched, things turned into gold and everything. He started to amaze a big wealth. All right. But suddenly one day, it struck him, you know. He was wondering, if he has given me this Chintamani stone, and that also he kept it in the dustbin, in the rubbish area, that means he had something which is more valuable than the Chintamani stone. Okay, he got something more valuable. So the next day he went and asked him, so my dear Prabhu, you said that you have that, I'm wondering, since this is something very rare, Chintamani stone, and you kept it in the dustbin, and do you have anything which is more valuable than Chintamani stone? And Sanatan Goswami said, yes, I have something more valuable than that. Then after that, he said, can I have it? He said, yes, you can. But if you want the greatest wealth, throw Chintamani back inside Yamuna and also throw all the golds you made, all the golds, whatever fortune you made, throw everything inside. Then come to me, I'll give you that. All right. So when he came back, and that's when he gave that mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This combination word mantra, it is considered the greatest treasure that you have found in this entire stay in this material universe. As we have understood, we have passed through so many varieties of birth and death, with so many varieties of conditioning, struggle, all this. So now and now at last we have found the treasure, and this treasure can never be measured. So what are the advantages of this? All auspiciousness will start to happen, especially if a person is undergoing some kind of severe stress. Okay, and sometimes there is a disturbance from other entity. There's some things come and disturb you, bother you, something which is not very auspicious, or the house was to, or if you see that the place is like kind of haunted and all these things. Very simple, just chant Hare Krishna, because it's mentioned in Harinama Chintamani, wherever and whenever a person chants the holy name of the Lord, that place turns into Vaikuntha Loka. That place into Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means the place of no suffering. So if there's no, even I think, remember that we have studied, I think in which chapter, we studied about the of Raja Ajamila. Okay, when the Yamadutas go to Yamaraj and complain, I want to catch this slur, but suddenly the Vishnu Dutas came and stopped me. And Yamadutas, Yamaraj will give them instruction. Next time, don't go and catch people who are having tilak. Don't go and catch people who are having tulsi mala on the neck. Those don't go and capture the flow of worshipping tulsi in the house. And the most important, don't go near a person who chants the holy name of the Lord. It is not speculation. It is not sentimental. It is the facts written in the Vedas. In fact, I have seen, all right, I'm not sure, was it introduced by Vivan, or there's one person, okay, my president, he went and approached a person. That person is about to die. Okay, he was severely ill, and the person is dying. Those days they used to come to temple, but after that moment, the person is dying. Okay, at the deathbed. So he went there and gave them knowledge. Of course, he was listening to all the lectures, Prabhupada lecture. He got enough knowledge. He was like so in ecstatic. But so he was so eager to meet a devotee. He wants to meet a devotee. So then some other connection to someone. Eventually, my chairman went to see him. When he went and see him, he was so happy. And he said, please chant with me. Please chant the mantra. So he was chanting, and he was chanting. Suddenly he just opened the eyes and looked at somewhere. He looked at the door and he says, I'm not afraid of you. Can you imagine? He just pointed at the door and said, I'm not afraid of you. All right? I am not afraid of you. Prabhu, you go on chanting. Everybody became stunned. Have you heard about the story, Vivan?
Oh,
Are you there, Vivan? Huh?
yes. This time.
Kirtan. No, did you hear about this?
This is the first time.
Oh, you are hearing it for the first time. Okay. So when you meet Parabrahma, please ask him this. He will tell you. It's very inspiring. So the chanting of the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare is a very sublime method of achieving the highest perfection. And Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, if those who have surrendered to me, I will carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So what are the things that you're lacking? He provides. What are the things you have? He'll preserve it. And he will never put you into anxiety and stress so that you have to go through so much of pain and this thing. You just need to raise your hand and say, Krishna, I'm yours. I surrender unto your lotus feet. At this thing, you just go on chanting Hare Krishna. You go on reading Bhagavad Gita. Anything which is very inauspicious, any ghostly, ghastly, evil, whatever it is, nothing can come. All right. This is the best way of curing. Okay. This is the best way of curing disease, especially when a person who are infected by this black magic, by this evil spirit or some kind of jibumba, right? This thing is the best choice. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, just want to ask, say you talk about the Jibumba and all that, black magic, but in the case where the family, the ancestor, curse the ancestor cursed the downline because of something they did, or the out of great desperation or anger, the ancestor, curse the downline forever, you will not have, say,
Yes, of
success,
course.
you know, etc. So how does the ancestral effect have, and does Krishna I mean, ancestors are important. So when they curse, is it something like the curse of a swami? You know, has it got some effect, and how do we overcome it, if it has?
Definitely,
Yeah, thanks.
definitely there's effect in, they call as Pitur dosa. Pitur dosa means the curses from the ancestor. Pitur sabam, sorry, Pitur sabam. Pitur sabam means the curse from the ancestor. When the children are not what they call performing, when they supposed to do their duty of serving them, saving them, so usually there'll be a curse. Okay. And that kind of curse, of course, there is effect. There's a effect. So why do they curse? All right. For instance, our ancestors say, like, my father loves me so much, but end up my father cursing me. When the thing will happen? When I totally disobey him, when he's going through some severe suffering. Yes or not? Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, correct.
So in this kind of environment is the time that people become very angry and they start to curse each other, even though how much you love the person. When the person is very angry with you, and or you become totally disobey him, you break his heart. So when a person leaves the body and the journey back to that lower planet system, it's very painful. It's extremely painful environment. Okay, at that particular moment, so these kind of things. So they'll be like calling out, "My dear son, save me! My dear son, come and save me!" All right. So they have to offer pinda. There's a kind of ritual they call pinda and all this kind of. In Garuda Purana, got a lot of explanation about this. So when there's no such thing, when there's no service or something like that happen, they start to end up curse. I brought you up, and this is how you do to me. May you live a horrible life. May you do this. May you become this. May you become that. Like that. All right. So this kind of suffering, they'll be cursing. So of course, there is a ill effect, especially on your astrological chart. And when you look at the astrological chart, they said, okay, well, they randomly curse, but if you have certain things that you're weak in certain planet system, you may capture the thing. You may get it. But to compare with the curse of a devotee and a curse of a brahmana and a curse of pitu, it's not the same. It's totally different. Because the curse of devotee, even you become so disobey the devotee, and the devotee curses a person, the person will go through that kind of suffering, but eventually he'll be liberated. Where you see that a lot of things like curse, like for instance, when the four Kumaras cursed the what they call Jaya Vijaya. So what was the curse? May you be born in this planet Earth. And they got so shocked. They went and begged for forgiveness. Then Lord Narayana says, come on, don't do this. He said, okay, I give you option. 3 birth as a asura or 7 birth as a devotee. So they think they say, 3 birth enough lah. I can come back immediately. So what happened in the 3 births? They are born as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakasipu. Hiranyaksha was killed by the form of Krishna in the form of Varahadev. And Hiranyakasipu was killed by the form of the Lord in the form of Narsingadev. Then after that, he came as Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Lord Ram came and killed Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Then after that, he came as Kamsa and Shishupala. And Krishna came and killed both of them. So what happened? The death became glorious and they achieved the highest perfection. So that's the thing. So that's the thing, difference between the Brahmana curse and also. But of course, it's not worth trying. Not trying, it's not worth to be cursed by them. Of course, it's not good. But when you look at this, the forefather, the Pitur Sabam, it is, you can't avoid it actually. Because it's their mistake. Because for not training you up properly. They never train you up properly. End up, what's the point you cursing them, right? Because that's what happened. So that's the thing. So we have to train up our children in a very nice way, according to the tradition, especially the Vedic tradition. We are not talking about any other kind of tradition. We are talking about Vedic tradition, what and when to do. But the most important thing I used to tell everyone, please take this note. Think about it. So they said having a son who are very pious is like an insurance policy. If anything happens to us, they're going to protect us. They're going to do pinda for us. They're going to do the memorial service. They're going to feed the cow, feed the brahmana, somehow they save us. All right. That is always risky. The best thing is save yourself. As long as you live, you still have a second chance. Save yourself. Don't expect your son or your daughter or these people to save you. So that's the difference, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So Pitru dosa is different and Brahmana dosa is different. Sabha. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, just one last thing, Prabhu. So when the curse of a Pitra Loba, is it the ancestor's curse? Nothing can, how to say, water it down or avoid it, or disintegrate it. Will the Maha Mantra, can Maha Mantra like
Definitely.
diffuse it?
Definitely. Because the Maha Mantra is the mantra that's going to deliver you from this material condition of life. So, and reading Bhagavad Gita. Reading Bhagavad Gita and what they call? And chanting the Hare Krishna mantra will protect you. Nullify that whatever curses.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
I think in chapter 16 or 17 or 18, I'm not sure. You remember that Gita Mahatmya? You have
Yes.
attended the classes. In one of the Gita Mahatmya, it says the black magic or the curses will never enter the house where Gita is worshipped. You do remember that?
Not the curses part, Prabhu. Not the curses part.
Okay.
Black magic, yet. Yeah.
No, the black magic, and there's another word. What is the word? Anyway, I will share in the group. I will look for that Mahatmya. I'll share in the group.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Because one thing when you are practicing bhakti, when you are practicing bhakti devotional service, all your owing to your forefathers are taken care. You don't owe your forefathers anymore. Everything is taken care, nullified. It's null and void.
But the arrow shot already, you see, Prabhu, the curse is like the arrow is already left the hand. So the arrow is now traveling. So yes, we nullify the past, the ancestor is a piece, but the arrow already is in the air, Prabhu.
Yeah, but the arrow, when the arrow is coming towards you, there'll be a sudden gush of wind. The arrow can divert it and go and hit elsewhere.
Okay, Prabhu.
It's
Yes.
just like a sniper. The sniper has already aimed you. The sniper has already aimed you and he released the bullet. You have taken the shot. Okay? But before the thing comes near you, you just like impromptu, you just bend down. Maybe you just hit your helmet. Okay? The incident is already done. The situation is done. The sniper is there, aimed at you and released the shot. But by the time it's coming near to you, maybe you slipped and fell, and suddenly the thing will just gush through or just hit your helmet or just like that.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
It's a proverb. This தலைக்கு வந்தது தலப்போட போறது. That means the thing that hit at your aim and you hit, but it hits your helmet. No worries.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vaishnava Prabhu.
Prabhu, I was attending a lecture in one of the ISKCON centers,
Okay.
and this lecturer is very learned. Not only
Okay.
a brahmachari, now he also became a sannyasi later.
Okay. Right.
So I asked him the same question. He said about this. He used to always talk about this afterlife. We are going to suffer. Yeah, you must have Pitradosham. You must be very careful. How you must bury him and how you must offer and all that. At that time, I was a very early devotee, so I said, if you are chanting, can it be avoided? He said, no, that's only for me, not for you.
Why?
He said like that. I said, what about, if I'm already in the temple, I don't know why I call myself a devotee, because you say chanting is a devotee already.
Okay.
Is a devotee excuse? He says, no, that's only for us, not for you.
Okay.
You must do all the kriya or the antim kriya.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, understand. All right. So what you are saying is, for a non-devotee who chant Hare Krishna, the rituals has to be practiced. But for a devotee, the ritual not to be practiced. That's what you are saying, right?
Now, bro, you again asking, going a bit higher. How can a non-devotee chant? You chant, you are a devotee, Babu.
All right.
Am I true? Am I correct?
Correct.
But so why do you say non-devotee chanting and devotee chanting?
Okay, I should say the less devoted devotee and the really devoted devotee. Okay, it's like this, Prabhu. Say, like, for instance, if you are an ordinary member and you are a life member or a VIP member, the treatment are totally different. Okay, you're an ordinary member, you're a life member, or you're a VIP member. For instance, if you take the chanting very seriously for rest of your life, you are there. That means you're talking about that kind of, you do not need to do too many rituals if you are a practitioner. But if a person who simply chant whenever you feel like it, or once in a while, not serious, or just starting, so there is some kind of kriya has to be performed. Okay, Prabhu?
Now, if you don't know, okay, now a person who chants regularly, right, without fail, every morning he chants. What about
Yeah.
it?
Then see, Prabhu, the most important is not the ritual of how they're going to cremate the body. The cremating the body and all these things are basically a ritual. But the most important is our consciousness, as what consciousness that we're going to leave the body. You know, just like Ajamila. Imagine how sinful can a person be worse than Ajamila. Ajamila is extremely sinful. And yet, at the last moment, when he called upon Narayana, he got that opportunity. You know? So the most important is the consciousness. So whether we're going to do it through this method or that method of cremating the body actually doesn't matter at all. Because wait, let me just give me a second. So we have repented, and of course, the experience and that still there in our mind.
But you see, Prabhu, Yamanacharya gets upset. Some people
Correct.
think about things.
Correct. But the thing is, Yamunacharya upset and spit over it because you have experienced it. If the person who never experienced sex, how they can know what sex is all about? Yes or not?
But I'm talking about normal sin. So like
Exactly. Because Yamunacharya, when he thinks about that, he spit on it, right?
Yeah.
He feels so disgusted. Ugh. When he think about it, he spit on it because he have, okay, now anyway. So whatever things that we have experienced in our life, now we are repenting. We are chanting. We are chanting means we are purifying our mind. With the mind purification, sometimes the thoughts will come. Sometimes the desire also will come. It's very normal. So thinking about it and acting on it is two different things.
Thinking about it, like Yamanacharya is upset. But some of us, they think about it like nice while. It's nice to think about it for a short while and then we see, oh, now you're Krishna conscious, don't think about it.
So there's two things, thinking and dwelling.
Yeah. Not dwelling.
Dwelling is it's not good.
No, Prabhu. You think about it, but suddenly you realize, oh, you are Krishna conscious, you should not think about it.
No, see, again, let me tell you, even I, sometimes, when my neighbor cooks something, when I smell, I could recognize the smell.
Correct, even for me.
My children, what? Because they have not eaten non-veg. But when my neighbors start to cook, and I tell them, do you know what is they're cooking? I say, you know, how tasty is that? My children, oh, what are you talking? They have not experienced it. Okay. The thoughts, because see, that's why you say we need to have so much of blessings and what they call, we need a lot of blessings, especially from all the devas like Lord Shiva. We need to have blessings from our spiritual master. That's why accepting spiritual master is very important. Because the spiritual master is a person that becomes your mentor, that inspires you, and association with devotees will eventually go off. But all this is just like it's just like we are fighting during that. You know, it's just like a situation we are just struggling. But the most important is at the final moment of life, what is happening? So whether it's seen or not seen, it doesn't matter actually. You just need to go on chanting and this thing. But if the thoughts will come, thoughts will go. We can't help it.
Okay. Thank you.
Questions from the chat box. Pitur dosam and Kula Devam will be overlooked when we become devotee. Is it truly overcome? As many places says, our suffer solely because we forgotten our Kula Devam ritual. Or is it even become devotee still Kula Devam prayed to? Okay, very good question you asked. See, very simple. Pitur dosam is the dosam that you are not, when you don't do offer pindam. When a person dies, for every month on the Tithi, you have to offer pindam, the ball with this kind of black things, right? What is the thing? What seed is that? There's something they offer.
Sesame seed.
Sesame seed, yes. You put the sesame seed, you offer. Because when the body, okay, just imagine when the body dies. Okay, say if I die, okay, I come out. The subtle body will accept another body. The subtle body cannot perform anything by itself. All right. So once I leave this gross body, the subtle body come out and accept another body. And that body suitable for me travel from here to hellish planet. It takes 1 year journey. All right, 1 year journey. So it takes the travel to hellish planet. And that subtle body is only as big as your thumb. You see the thumb? Only as big as your thumb. Only this big. Okay. Then what do? You start to offer pinda. Okay. When the first day they offer 1 pinda. Second day they offer 2 pinda. The third day they offer 3. Fourth day they offer 4, 5. Like that, they increase the pinda every day until 11th day. Okay, what is that offering of the pinda? First day when you offer the pinda, the head will appear. Second day you put 2 pinda, the two hands will appear. So that means the body that the subtle body can recognize will appear. But what happens when the person don't offer pinda at all? All right, the floor will be only as big as a thumb. All right. So all these are very confusing. Anyway, I don't want to go into the detail. So then every Tithi, say the person dies on this Tithi, exactly on that Tithi, next month, we have to offer 2 pinda with a cup of water. So what happened? The Yamadutas, the Yamadutas, they will, anyway, I don't want to record this. Why we are not scared of this situation? Because we are somehow rather saved. Krishna says, even once you read this Bhagavad Gita, even once you chant this with association devotee, as by instructed by them, you are somehow rather, you are saved. Okay? That's why when you look at when you look at entire Srimad Bhagavatam, there's only small portion he spoke about the hellish planet. Because when they are describing the entire universe from the upper planet come down, they just listing. All right, they only speak about what, how many hellish planets? 21. Raurava, Maharaurava, Kumbhipaka, and all these, only certain things they only speak. All right. When there is an entire Garuda Purana dedicated life after death, the entire process, the dying until they go to hell, and what are the thing, Vaitarani river, you know how they cross the Vaitarani river and how they go there, how they are tortured. 64,000 varieties of hellish planets are there, and varieties of suffering according to sin. So scary, which is not necessary. It is only for those who are envious people, who are really not into this path, right? Just to tell them, well, if you think you're not going to take it, now let's look at the opportunity, right? So that's it. So the Pitur dosam is because of our forefathers, this thing, and that also because the forefathers never teach us the right thing to do. Second question is Kula Devam. So when we look at Kula Devam, the Kula Devam, it is something which is very, it's called the ancestral lot, ancestral god. See, when a person comes from certain village, all right, they will have a certain kind of deities and they worship the deity and they start to believe that this deity becomes our Kula Devam. All right. The Kula means our ancestor. That means our Parambara. Okay, Kula Devam. And we are worshipping that Kula Devam for time immemorial. That means my great-great-grandfather and all this, we are worshipping Parambara after Parambara after Parambara after Parambara. Okay. And also they said, especially the what they call that astrologer and all these people, they say that, oh, you have forgotten your Kula Devam, because of that you are suffering and all this. Because all these things easily to be related to. Easily to relate. When I say, oh, something you're not very happy, You're suffering, oh, because you didn't worship Kuladevam. Immediately you can keep your mouth shut and just listen, yes, 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 what you said. Okay, just go and do the prayers. But now the question is, because I have a very strong connection with my Kuladevam. They say, oh, you have to worship my Kuladevam and everything. Right? So what I said, what is that evidence from the Shastra? What is that evidence? Where it's mentioned? All right. So you may say, oh, it's mentioned somewhere. Of course, I don't have access to all these kind of. So let's look at that, the basic Shastra, the basic Vedas. Okay, because we don't have access to all these kind of big things, but at least let's look at Bhagavad Gita at least. Okay, it's not mentioned anything about the Kuladevam worship. But we must understand one thing. Let me tell you something very clearly. Without their blessing, you can never get this bhakti. You must remember that. Oh, I became a devotee because I think I was blessed. Oh, no. Without the blessings of your Kuladevam or your previous, whatever things that you have prayed and all this, without their blessings, you can never get bhakti. I was a very staunch Murugan Bhaktan, Skanda. I was so staunch. My whole family, Parambara. Right? There's certain things, but I cannot speak openly in this platform. If I get a chance, we can speak in private. What are the things that I've said? So without their blessing, even without the blessing of Lord Shiva, you can't even dream about being a devotee. I've seen devotees who are coming, oh, he's a former devotee, a staunch devotee of Ganesh. All right, who wrote the Mahabharat? Who wrote Mahabharat? Lord Ganesha. Right? And Vyasadeva wanted to write Mahabharat, and you go and look for Lord Ganesh. He says, I want to write Mahabharat. I want you to write. When I speak, you write. And Lord Ganesh says, yes, but you tell me, but I want you to tell the speed. I mean, the speed that I can write, you make sure you speak the thing. So then Vyasadeva says, well, but the condition is you must understand what I'm talking. All right, okay. Then that time they couldn't find, that's when he break the task. He break the task and start to write. And entire things in Bhagavad Gita was actually composed by Lord Ganesh. And then the rule says you have to understand before you write. So tell me, did he not understood what he have written? He understood. So without their blessings, it is not possible to have bhakti, to practice bhakti. So that means when you become a devotee, it's considered you have satisfied your Kuladevam. You are not overlooking your Kuladevam. You are here because of the blessings of your Kuladevam. Without the blessings of your Kuladevam, you can never get all this opportunity. And Pitrudosam is overruled, taken care of. You do not need to worry about your Pitrudosam. Every bhakti that you perform 7 generations backwards, they benefit. Okay, if you become a devotee, say what happened if you become a pure devotee, you go back home, back to Godhead, 21 generations backwards, all liberated. So the best service, if you think you want to do to your forefathers, is to practice this bhakti. Okay. Is it truly okay? As many places say, I will suffer solely because forgotten of Kuladevam ritual. So there's I have no idea because I've not heard about it. I've not heard about it. And of course, in these 30 years over in this practice, I have associated with so many devotees, so many great personalities, from astrologer to all these things. They have not said, I have not heard about it, but it's only spoken by certain kind of people, this thing. So means not true. What does it mean? What does that mean? So means not true means? Dinesh, what does that mean?
I'm saying that, so is that what they are saying? They believe that if they say Kuladev practice should be done, right? It seems that you are saying that in Bhagavad Gita, they didn't mention about that, correct or not? So
Yes.
is it, okay, for example, I'm giving you a situation. Since your Kuladev is Murugar, okay, so you already become a devotee of Krishna, okay? So at the moment, do you still practice to, didn't miss your Kuladevam, or you forgotten about your Kuladevam, just only solely about the Krishna?
Okay.
So
Understand.
Is it
Okay.
the understanding about Kuladev is wrong by astrology or true? I really confused because now itself
Brilliant. You asked a very brilliant question. Yes. Okay. First of all, my Kuladevam is not Murugan. My Kuladevam is Vinayagar. So Vinayagar is the one that composed the Mahabharata, where in Bhishma Parva, the Gita was there. So I am doing something that I'm pleasing my Kuladevam more than anything else. Number two, my Ishtadeva is Murugan, Kartikeya, Skanda. And I am also studying and referring to Skanda Purana, where what Lord Skanda have already mentioned. That pleases him very much. You know, there's a song, Tande ki Vedam sonne. And okay, what Vedam that he spoke, he taught the father. So all these kind of things mentions Skanda Purana. So when you are practicing this devotional service, you are pleasing not only your Kuladevam, but your entire entire 33 million Devas. In this birth, this particular person is your Kuladevam. What happened in your previous birth? Who was your Kuladevam? So it's all Kuladevam according to that lineage, the family tradition that we take in. All right. So when you really look at it, we owe so many people. We owe the Devas, we owe the Pitur, we owe our forefathers. We owe so many people. So we cannot leave this place in debt. Like how the Muslim says, hutang dunya, hutang akhirat. So we got so many hutangs. So how are we going to settle? We can't do it. We can't settle it. What happened in my 10th birth ago? I owe my father and I've not settled it yet. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, when we start to practice, that's why Krishna says, if you look at these three modes of meditation, there's so much of condition, rules, regulation, and everything. But when you start to practice, you transcend all these things. You transcend. You come out of these things. You just cross over. Other than this, every ritual out there is going to be very tough. And it's not going to be possible. So you're not ignoring them. You are perfecting the thing. So do I really need to worship that Kuladevam? It's actually like in some doctrine says yes, but some doctrine says not necessary, because you already passed through. But do they going to get upset? No, they will be very pleased with you, because they said at the Harinama Chintamani, it's mentioned, any place that the chanting of the holy name appears, all the 33 million devas, all the auspicious things will appear in that place. So who are one of the auspicious person is your Kuladevam. That's why the place become Vaikunta. That's why when we go for a funeral, we used to say, let's chant Hare Krishna and nothing else, because when you chant Hare Krishna, that place becomes very auspicious. Whenever and wherever the name, I think it's in a Skanda Purana, it says, wherever the name of the Hari is chanted, that place will become the place of pilgrimage. So there's a lot of things. Even in Bhagavad Gita also we studied, right? The entire place of pilgrimage around the universe exists in Bhagavad Gita. So that means all the auspicious things there. So we do not need to be deceived. Okay, no harm for you to go, because in here we are not converting people. We are just asking you to change your consciousness. But one thing I can tell you quite firmly, never trust these fellows who tell you all this nonsense. Okay, when they're going to tell you, you just ask, what is the reference? Ask that. You are telling this based on what? எந்த சாஸ்திரத்துல படிச்சு எங்க இதை தெரிஞ்சு என்கிட்ட சொல்றீங்க? எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாமா? சரி, எங்க why you are telling me that? Because during my auntie's funeral in Sungai Prani that day, that fellow is doing all kind of nonsense. I asked, நீங்க செய்யறது என்ன முறை? What way you're doing? It doesn't make sense. So always ask question. But your prayers to Kuladevam, everything become perfected if you practice bhakti. And you know what's another thing you can do? You can take the food, offer to. I think remember the few classes ago I told about this. When you want to offer Pal Kodam for Murugan, you are taking a milk pot. You're going to offer for Taipusam. Take the milk pot, heat it up lightly, heat up the milk lightly, offer it to Krishna and bring the thing and go and offer to Murugan. And you will never believe how much is satisfied and how much he will bless you abundantly. It's unbelievable. That's why he says, that's why Krishna says, whatever things you do, whatever things you give away, whatever things you do it as an offering to me. So when you want to worship that, you just make some nice prashadam, offer to Krishna nicely, everything. All right, with so much of faith, take it and offer to your Kuladevam. And that's a practice is happening till today in Jagannath Puri. Do you know? In Jagannath Puri, after they offer the food to Jagannath, the food will go straight to Lord Shiva. Without Lord Shiva taking that food, the food is not served to anyone. What is that Lord Shiva's name? Anyone? Do you know? Vaishnava, do you know this, the name of Lord Shiva in Vrindavan? It is called Gopishwara. Gopishwara. In Jagannath Puri is what?
Bimala, bro.
Huh?
Bimala.
What is that? Bimala?
Bimala. They after giving Prasad and Purushot to Jagannath, they take it immediately to the left, on the left side of the temple. There's a statue of Dr. Shiva, Lord Shiva. Bimala, the
Bimal. Bimal, Bhima. Bimala Dev, yes. After they offer the food to Jagannath, the Mahaprasadam, they take the entire thing and go and offer to Lord Shiva.
Yeah.
And without offering to the Lord Shiva, the food is never served to anybody. So what is it? So this is what we are talking about. So just you can do that. You cook nicely, you offer to Krishna, and you bring the food and offer to your Kuladevam, whatever is the Deva that you're worshipping. They'll be very pleased with you. All this is mentioned in Shastras. But of course, now we are just going on an introduction part, that to convince you that this is the best part, and convincing you true knowledge, not by using words or juggle words or do some jibumbas, do some magic. No. Just through that thing, convince you. Once you're very convinced, then after that, we are telling you to do practically chant Hare Krishna and see. When you chant Hare Krishna, you start to have the taste. Yes, this is right. Then step by step, then you understand what to do. Okay, Tinishwari? You asked a fantastic question. Actually, I don't understand the thing that you typed. So, I understand. Okay? Have I answered you?
Okay.
Okay.
I think
Are you happy with that, sir?
Uh,
Okay. No.
Okay, very complicated question actually, because today itself I went to temple for these prayers because my husband's side didn't know their Kula Devam, because my father's side I know what Devam. So that purpose, everywhere where I'm going, they are telling this is a curse from Pitru and because of Kula Devam it's not followed. So whenever everybody saying the same thing, and when we look at into the Krishna, right? Krishna devotee, solely is they are practicing on Krishna only. Yes or not? Then because their praise altar also only will have the Krishna only. The other God is not there. Correct or not? That's why I'm asking.
Okay. So, say like for instance, when you're having headache, the doctor will give you Panadol. It's a standard prescription. Wherever you go, I'm having headache, they give you Panadol. But maybe you have something in detail, but first thing when you open your mouth says, oh, I'm having headache, take Panadol. So like that is a standard prescription that wherever you go, you say, oh, I'm going through this kind of suffering, and your Kuladevam prayers you didn't do. It's a standard. It's a standard, what they call advice. But you have to go into the specific. Okay, what is a specific advice? So for instance, in Bhagavad Gita, it's a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, number one. And here, Krishna is explaining about himself, of his position as a supreme personality. Then after that, Arjuna said, yes, I accept you. And after that, based on evidence, all right, Vyasadeva said that, all these Asita and all these people are saying that, he's saying. All right, now, when you go to the house, the altar and everything, so we say, wow, we are only having Krishna and not others. If you're going to have others, means you're going to have 33 million of them. But of course, we keep the principal one. No harm. There's no harm. Like some houses I've seen, I also keep my Kuladevam photo in my altar. That's no big deal. All right. It's not too necessary that you just be like that. It all depends on your mood. Okay. But why Krishna is because Adi Mula. When you want to water the plant, you have to water the root. When you water the root, the entire plant is satisfied. So similarly, when you direct your worship towards this, your entire, all the things are satisfied. That's all these pastimes you can see in India especially. Okay.
Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
I think this Bimala Devi is Parvati, Prabhu.
Yeah, but there's another. Yeah, that's why Bimala, because his name is Bimala Prasad.
Bimala
I
is Bhakti, what is that?
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhu's name, Bimala Prasad.
Because Shiva already tasted the prasadam. So
Yes.
he couldn't get it now, Prabhu.
Hmm.
So I think the deity I told you about is wrong. Bimala Devi is
Yeah, Bimala Devi is that thing. Yes.
Yeah.
You know the pastime, right? Maybe tomorrow I can share the pastime to you.
Yeah, yeah.
When Narada Muni came to Kailash after eating prasadam, and Mother Parvati will ask, "Where is my share?" That's when the problem will start. So that's a pastime that happened in Jagannath Puri. Okay. All right. It's already 11:20. So I hope I've answered you. So if you have any queries further, you can ask me. You can send me WhatsApp, or you can keep the questions and ask me tomorrow in the group. Okay. So today is Thursday. Those who are in Ipoh, we would like to kindly invite you to come to this our Bhakti Yoga Center in First Garden. So today I think Taranjit Singh Prabhu is joining us. We will be starting at 7:30 until 8:30, until 9:30, until 9:30 to 10. All right. So till then, we'll see again. And tomorrow is going to be chapter. It's going to be more interesting topic. But what I'm telling you, what I'm saying, finish up the entire 18 chapter, you will understand the really a clear picture of what is going on, right? So today is chapter 13. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to speak on, no, today is 14. Tomorrow we're going to talk about chapter 15, the yoga of the Supreme Person. Okay, what is the yoga of the Supreme Person? The ultimate purpose of Vedic knowledge. Why the Vedic knowledge is very important, okay, is to detach oneself from the entanglement of the material world and to understand Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who understands Krishna's supreme identity surrenders unto him and engage in devotional service. So that's going to be a very interesting topic tomorrow, chapter 16. So we'll meet again tomorrow. All right. So till then, have a beautiful day. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha Paditanam pavinibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Bye.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
See you again tomorrow.